Hey guys, I just finished narrating a video of me training after class. If there's any techniques or positions in the video that you think are interesting, leave a comment and let me know to do a breakdown of it in the future, or if you have any other requests for future videos. Hope you guys like the content. All right, so I'm starting off here in the grip fight. He gets in, I use this right knee shield here to set a little space, and I go for a collar grip to break posture. He goes to break my grip, and I often use this to transition to a grip on the sleeve or arm. So now I have a grip on his forearm. I go to a double sleeve position here. Again, I use that foot on hip to set space. And now I get a deep lace de la riva hook and I tilt him forward, which knocks him down. I come up on top here. I have the pant leg. He goes for a cross collar grip and I like to get the same side lapel grip to kind of pressure against his pull so he can't break my posture. Now I transitions to my ankle and starts playing a de la riva with the collar grip. Here I'm trapping his non-de la riva leg, I'm cupping the knee, and when I cup this knee I want to disconnect it from his chest so that there's more gap to hit a knee cut. So I hit a good underhook knee cut here, I come in, he starts to pummel a deep underhook on me. I'm going to use my right arm here to stiff arm the material on his back right there, and that makes it hard for him to come up. As I pin him with this, I want to switch to the sleeve with my left hand because now once I control that arm, he cannot come up into a single leg or wrestle on top. So he tries to transition to half guard. I spiral out and block this. I go back up to the same grip as before, flatten him out with the sleeve. Now I'm transitioning to this cross collar grip. And the cross collar grip works really good to turn their neck so I can knee cut. I have both a choke threat and a pressure on his neck, turning him back as I knee cut to finish the pass here. So I go back to that sleeve with the cross collar. I'm pressuring him center here, a little bit more force on his neck. I transition to knee on belly. And sometimes here, if I get points, I actually like to go back to the knee cut position because it's a little bit easier to get an angle for a choke. So I get my other arm in here. I'm looking for the collar choke a little bit now. I got a nice good collar grip. Looking for that sleeve, keeping knee pressure to make him uncomfortable. Now I get the nice collar choke grip and get the finish there. All right, setting up again. So here in the grip fight, I'm always looking to maintain distance and I build my guard off of the first grip they make available, right? I don't chase any particular grip. So here I'm looking for the sleeves, he's hiding those. He ends up making his sleeve and collar hard to get and he leads with the leg here. And now I make a knee grip for my first entrance. So now I fall back with the foot on the hip. I set a de la riva hook and get the collar. I knock him over. Here I want to invert to do a berimbolo, but he's so turned in it feels a little bit awkward to invert here. So I let go of the collar and I do what's called a face bolo. So you roll over your forehead instead of the inversion here. And now as I come through, I grab his hip with my bottom hand. And now I'm starting to work and transition into a crab ride. So as I pressure up in, I want to get my chest as close to I can to his like hips or low back. And now as he centers up to defend, my left arm, you can't see it, it goes under and grabs his thigh. You can see my left hand there grabbing the thigh. And now I start to throw my right top hook over, set him up and get the back there. He's laughing a little bit. I did that to him last year when I visited. So now we're here. Yeah, I trapped his arm that he was defending for the choke with my leg here. And I got in on the choke here. Now I'm just working, trying to stay tight with my head and chest there. I got the pressure and get the finish here. All right, so back in the grip fight, you can see I use my legs here on the knees a lot. So if he's hiding his hands and staying tall, my feet on the knees prevents him from getting close. If he tries to deal with the leg, he gives me access to a sleeve. So it's very, it's kind of a dilemma for him to not give me a grip, right? So eventually I think he's backing up, he's grip fighting a lot. So I end up getting a sleeve grip there. I get the foot on the hip. He's left leg leading. So I use this knee shield here again to set space. He broke my collar grip, so I go back to the sleeve. Now I'm in more of a double sleeve position here. And now I think I start to get a good de la riva hook, and then he's gonna succeed the sweep pretty quick, I think. Yeah, because he could tell I was getting a good hook to start for a bolo, so he succeeds the sweep fast. I come up on top. You can see he still has my sleeve here. So that makes it hard to push his leg down. So what I do is I loop his grip on my sleeve to break it with my left arm. And my right arm is actually not just pushing down, but I'm pushing forward to jam his knee up towards his chest. And it makes it hard for him to lace his leg. You'll see there he's trying to like lace his leg, but he can't because of that pressure. So now I break that grip, I kill the leg. His leg is really extended here when I trapped. So now I switch to the pant leg and see that once the leg is overextended, it's super hard to get back, right? So now I push it all the way through and I just sit down on it. From here I can progress into different pass sequences. Now I'm back in the same knee cut thing. This time I used the lapel to push at first. Now I'm using that back gi material again. I'm flattening here, flattening. I'm gonna start looking for that same cross collar grip cut. Okay, so he goes back to de la riva, but I still have the collar grip. So here I do the same entrance again, just with the collar grip. And now I'm right back in it, threatening the choke. And I think I might get it already. Yeah, and I even got it with my foot still in half guard. So that choke thread is really powerful, especially when you have them trapped in half guard. Okay, so I do the knee grip entrance again. I go straight to a bolo knockover. This is a pretty interesting sequence. So I go through and I'm kind of late on grabbing his far leg. So he pummels it in to try to kick me off to defend the bolo. So now when he kicks in here, I learned this from Espen Mathisen, I throw my outside leg here over and I turn it into a matrix. So now I grab his hip and I'm trying to come through. His foot is so far through on my hip here, it's a little bit difficult. So I actually go all the way through. And now I'm gonna do the same thing again on the opposite side. So it's like a re-pummel. So now I roll through. He almost turns all the way in, but I get just enough pressure that I can start to stack him up a little bit. And now I get that bottom hip again, throw the top hook over, and I come in to take the back again. So now I'm on top. He's turned all the way out and I felt like I prefer top position rather than say back. So if I have mount or back, I don't really mind. I just like the top position because I can create pressure. So here, instead of chasing the back, I control that sleeve on his bottom arm and it allows me to get my foot down and come up into the mount. I've trapped his other arm under my leg. So it's almost like, kind of like a triangle mount, but I'm not super high. So I'm really low, and with that arm trapped, it's really easy to set up an Ezekiel choke here. So now I start digging that in, I get the grip in, he rolls me over, but it's so deep now, I get the tap.
Oh.